Welcome to Moments for Moms. I'm so excited that you all have joined us today. I have an incredible children's book author, woman, mom with me today. Her name is Amy Parker, and we're going to be talking about how to teach your kids to pray. Stephanie will, of course, be here with a What the Hack segment, and Dr. Brooks Gibbs will be joining us like he always does. So I hope that you can take some time for you, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and take this moment just for you. Welcome to Moments for Moms. I'm so happy that you're here with us today. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I'm so excited. As you can tell, we're on a new set, same set, we just made it a little more homey, so it's more of a mom show, and I am thrilled. I woke up so excited to be here with you all today. And I am talking to a lady who I've known for a really long time through CTN, and I just happened to log on to Facebook at the perfect time to see her brand new book, 365 Talks with Jesus. And my little Charlie, who you know is 3, loves this book so far. He loves the illustrations in it. It is beautiful, and I am just honored to have her with me. So Amy Parker, thank you for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's just start. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your family.
I obviously am an author. I have 2 boys who are now grown, but veteran mom. I've been there, I've done it, and 2 boys who are completely opposite. So there's not a lot that would surprise me at this point. And I just think it's so important for older veteran moms to share with, I mean, it's in the Bible, you know, we're called to do that, to share with younger moms who are going through it. And, you know, find that commonality there and maybe share any wisdom we've learned so that you can take that wisdom and not make our mistakes.
Yeah, and it's so helpful because I think we were talking about in the green room, I remember being so afraid just when I had Charlie, I told you, I'm like, how do I teach him English? Like, I thought that was my job because nobody told me it wasn't. Like, because I didn't know. I had a dog, you know, it's a little bit different. So it's so helpful, and I appreciate it so much. And so I mostly know you for children's books because I've followed you with that, but you've written over 70 books.
I have. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how. I've really just followed whatever path God has had, whatever doors He's opened. I'm like, oh, let's go see where this goes.
Yeah.
And it's led to so many amazing partnerships. I've learned so much. Every book that I write is a book that I'm writing for me, which is why I'm writing kids' books. They're on my level. But every single one has brought me through such a faith journey, to use that phrase, and they've taught me so much. One I worked on was a book about prayer. They needed it out quickly to release simultaneously with a film, The War Room, and it was a book about prayer, and it's so funny that like prayer got me through that book.
Wow. Yeah.
And so writing these practical tips for prayer and how to make your prayer more powerful and regular in your life really got me through that process of writing that book in the short time frame that I had. So, and that's just one example of so many different ways that writing has helped me grow as a human, as a Christian. And so it's just been really an amazing journey.
Yeah. And they're beautiful.
Thank you.
This book, I sent you a little video of Charlie, and he's flipping through it, and he's saying, "It's a lion, it's a lion, it's a lion." And I said, "Who's it about?" And he said, "Jesus." It's beautiful. It's so simple. And I was looking through it a little bit more last night, how you have this one section into like topics, like their feelings, when they're afraid, when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're angry. I think that when I need peace, like, I love that. Even, I guess I wouldn't think of that for small children. Do you know what I mean? So,
yes, but are small children really peaceful all the time?
No. Never.
No. And so B&H approached me about doing a 365, but for the littles. And I'm like, how do we make this digestible? How do we make it to where it's practical? How do we make it to where a mom of toddlers or preschoolers can sit down, not have to even think about it, and be able to use this tool? How do we do that? And so we came up with the idea of topics. They're all topical, but also when you start writing 365 prayers, that's a lot of content.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can't write "thank you for my puppy" 365
Right.
times. So they're all.
We don't thank God for they don't have a good relationship in our home. It's not a topic of
Oh
our
no!
prayer.
Yes, that's right. You have a new puppy, don't you?
Well, the Todd the Pomeranian, and yeah, they're not best friends. We don't pray often.
So we need other
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
So they're very biblical based. I started just flipping through the Bible and saying, what other topics can we use to guide these little bitties in prayer? So you'll find that they're very, very simple prayers, but a lot of them, most of them, are scripture-based prayers that are based on
Yeah.
the concepts in the Bible.
I noticed that. I noticed that a lot of them had like scripture reference, right? Like this one I'm looking at, "When I Need Help," and it has Philippians 4:13 in it.
Right.
I love it, and they are short, but I mean, for me, Charlie's 3. This is about, that's where it's going to stop. And some
Yes.
nights he doesn't, like, he just wants to go to sleep. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? So that was the first thing we were going to talk about. Like, how do we teach our kids to pray?
I think, have you ever heard a child pray unprompted?
Yes.
It's the most precious
Yes.
thing, and you can't teach that. I don't think we have to teach our kids to pray or how to pray. I think we model it for them.
That's good.
We show them that it's a tool that we use. We show them that it's our connection to God. We show them that it works. We show them that that's where we go first.
Yeah.
Even before they come to us, we say, this is your tool. This is the most powerful thing that you can use
Right.
to deal with whatever it is that you're facing. If we model that for them and just continually impart that to them, they know how to talk to God. They do it better than we do.
Yeah.
If you ever hear them just share their heart with
Yeah.
God about something that they want, even if it seems simple and silly, God cares about those
Right,
things.
right.
And He listens.
Right.
And He holds our kids, He loves them more than we do.
We talked about that on one of the last shows, and it almost brought me to tears because it's like,
How?
yeah,
And He loves us
right.
in that same way.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we have to teach our kids how to pray, but we model the tool for them so that they can see how powerful it is.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. And I know, like, if I'm up in the morning and I've got like my Bible out, or sometimes like I'll be on my phone on the Bible app doing a plan,
Yes.
and he'll say, "Mama, put your phone down," and I'm like, and I show him. I'm like,
Right.
"Well, look, Mama's reading the Bible, and the Bible, it's about God." And so he, like, if we have church on, or if there's like worship music playing in the car, he said, "Oh, they talked about God," and he's just like starting to kind of like pick up a little bit on those things. Do you know what I mean? And it's nothing
yes.
that, like you're saying, it's not like I'm like, "No, do this, do this, do this." It's just trying my best and finding the time. I mean, that's a whole nother thing, is making the time for it.
It is. And I think something that you said was having it on in the car. I think those infusion points, just that daily habit, the infusion points. When I was taking my son and nephew to school when they were in middle school, I was taking them to school every day. We just got in the car, the radio was on. It was on top 40. I started listening to some of the lyrics, and I'm like, I don't know that this is the best way to start their day.
Right.
So I just changed it to, a Christian
Right.
station. And I thought, if nothing else, they can start their day with these words.
Yeah.
And so it just became a thing in my car. That was all that was on. And that is something that you can do as a mom without even thinking. It's just,
Right.
that's the station that my car is on.
Yeah.
Or that's the podcast that's always running, or
Right.
whatever. And then it's something you don't have to make time for.
Yeah.
You're in the car anyway.
Yeah.
And then they will soak that up like you wouldn't believe. And at some point you'll be driving down the road and they'll be singing along and praising, and you haven't really done anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. Because like even when he's just chiming in from the back, he said, "Oh, they singing about God," and I'm like, I didn't even like. We were just having a conversation about the Dodge Ram in front of us. Like, I mean, because that's our normal conversations are about what trucks and vehicles are on the road.
Yes.
But he is, like you're saying, he's just, it's just incredible. Like at such a young age, how much they know and learn and want to soak up. So I can see how this is such like a pivotal time to start planting these seeds in their lives.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to take just a little bit of a break. But we have a lot more. We're going to talk more about how we can teach our kids to pray. I hope that you guys will stay with us because Stephanie is coming up with her wonderful What the Hack segment. And this season, she's going to be talking about budget-friendly meals, thrifting, and all the things that Mom wants to know. Stay with us, and Stephanie will be right up.
We want to connect with you. Make sure to visit our website, momentsformoms.tv, for the latest episodes of the show, guest information, resources, and so much more. Visit momentsformoms.tv today.
The Hack. The Symphony.
Hey friends, it's Stephanie from What the Hack, and today I am coming to you from my very own kitchen in my home. It's small, but it does the job. Inflation right now is crazy. Food prices are out of this world. So this season, I am hoping to bring you some yummy, frugal recipes. And I figure what a greater place to bring them to you from than my kitchen. I'm going to keep it super real for you. I'm not putting things in pretty dishes because you don't do that at home and just, to dole them out. I'm just keeping it real for you. So today we are making pizza mushrooms. Healthy, delicious, and super easy to make. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take mushrooms. I'm going to take the little stems out. And my husband is at camp this weekend, so I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. He's at camp. I try not to cook too much, and I try not to do too many dishes while he's gone. So I made a little aluminum foil pan, so then I'm not even going to have a dish to do after this. Laziness at its best? I don't know, but why not? So I'm just I already washed the mushrooms off, little damp towel. You don't want to get them too wet because mushrooms absorb the liquid. So I'm putting the mushrooms in my little pan here. And then in my pan on the stove, I'm just putting some tomato sauce. I'm going to heat this up. And I have basil and I have oregano and garlic. But you can do whatever you and your family like. That's what's so great about cooking at home. You can taste it to your flavors, which is what I like. So I'm just going to heat this up really quick. Oregano, basil, garlic. Now you can buy pizza sauce, but the pizza sauce has a lot of sugar in it. So you want to keep that in mind. And this is so super simple. So easy. I also have, while this heats up, I'll show you. I have some of the cutest little pepperonis, miniature pepperonis. And then I shredded some mozzarella. Now I shred mozzarella I shred all my cheese from the block because it's cheaper, it's a little more frugal, and it doesn't have the stuff on it that they do in the grated ones that keeps it from clumping. So, but I do it because it's more frugal. So I'm simply going to I have my mushrooms here in my little pan. I'm just going to take some of this heated up sauce. I'm going to put it right in the center of those mushrooms. And I'll show you when I'm all done. It's a little more difficult to tape with one camera, which is my phone, but I'm going to make the best of it and I'm going to show you each step of the way. So here are my mushrooms with the sauce. I'm going to put some mozzarella on them. And then I'm going to and you could do whatever your family likes. Plus, you can get the bigger mushrooms. These are just baby ones. It's just me this weekend that I'm cooking for. But they have bigger, the bigger mushrooms, you could do those. And then I'm simply going to put my miniature little pepperonis. You could do ham. You could do sausage. I mean, whatever your family likes on pizza. And then you don't have the carbs from the crust, which is what I like because I'm trying to stay away from carbs. So there, I have these cute little mushrooms. And then you simply stick them in the oven, but I have some in the oven right now so I can show you what they look like when they're done. So let me get those out. And I'll put those in the oven when I'm done. So delicious. And it's just so easy. we go. Oh, a little loud. Let me pull these over. Look at how cute. And they're so delicious. Look at those. So yummy, right? It's very hot, so I'm not going to try it right now, but I can tell you it's delicious. My email is right here. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help you. I have a Facebook page called Stephanie's Fam Page, tongue in cheek, trust me, but I'll post all the recipes on there too. And I can't wait to see you next time on Moments for Moms.
The hat. The singing.
Welcome back to Moments for Moms. I hope you enjoyed that segment with Stephanie. Isn't she wonderful? I just love her. She is as wonderful in person as you think that she is. So I'm so grateful that she is a partner with us on this show. So we are talking about how to teach kids how to pray. And I am here with author Amy Parker. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yes, I love the book, 365 Talks with Jesus. And so we were talking about how we teach our kids to pray. And we kind of talked about that a little bit in the first segment. So now we're going to pick up, how do we make God real to our kids?
I think first that comes into play with modeling.
Yeah.
But second, I don't know that we have to. I think as moms, especially young moms, and you're wondering, how do you teach your child English? We put so much pressure on ourselves and we forget that God is the all-powerful. God wants a relationship with us. So he's going to make himself real. And the Bible tells us that he's made himself real to us through nature and through the heavens. Yeah. So I think as parents, we're just the guides. Mm-hmm. We're just the, we're just the guides to the tour guides to this world. And the kids already notice nature and flowers and puppies, and maybe not puppies in your house, but and bees and birds and squirrels. And we just make that connection for them. Yeah. That God created all of these things, and look how wonderful they are. And he made rainbows, and he even made thunderstorms, and he made all of these amazing things, and he made you. And he cares for the birds, and he cares for you even more. And so I think just making those connections in just natural daily lives, when we're outside taking a walk or whatever, I think in that, God has made himself real to us, and we're just the tour guide for our kids.
That's a great, because I mean, I love that you use that, tour guide, because Charlie and I, we have like a little bit of land that we can like go walk around. He can ride his little side-by-side tractor, and we talk about all of those things. But it gets to the point where with him, and he's right, he's like, God made the dirt, God made that flower, God made that tree, God made, like, and it's every little thing. But he is noticing it, like you're saying, like he is noticing all of those things. And that's such a cool way to think about it. Like I'm just literally, like when you're saying tour guide, picturing us like doing our little, like I walk beside it and he's driving around picking flowers and noticing all of God's creation.
Yes. And it also takes the pressure off of us as parents, because the Bible tells us that God has revealed himself to us in nature so that we have no excuse for not knowing who he is. Right. But for me, that says, I've got this. Like, I am the creator of the entire universe. I can certainly show your kid who I am.
Yeah. So I think it's so hard because for us as adults, like having that childlike faith.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's hard to keep that because we see so much where like my 3-year-old, I'm trying so hard to protect him from all of that. And he asks about, is that a bad man? I don't want to watch that show because it's a bad man. You know what I mean? So it's just like, he does still have that childlike faith. And it's like you said, when they pray, just unscripted. And when he starts just randomly pointing out like stuff about God.
Right.
It's beautiful.
They know it's beautiful, and I think they have a stronger connection because of that childlike faith.
Yeah. I want that back. It's something that we do strive for.
We can learn from them. Yeah. We think that we're teaching them about God, but so many times they are teaching us. And just if we can observe them, and they can be our tour guide to that childlike faith.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he teaches me daily patience and grace.
Mostly patience.
Mostly patience again.
But grace, that's another thing that we
Yeah.
can model. You know, as parents, we sort of feel like we have to be perfect and be
yeah.
this perfect model. But as imperfect humans, we're also that model of grace.
Yeah.
We're also, you know, I'm sorry, Charlie, I messed up.
Yeah.
I messed up, and can you forgive me? I said that way too loudly.
I know.
It wasn't even about you. I had other things on my mind, and I am so sorry. Can you forgive me? And this is how Jesus forgives us. This is why Jesus came to forgive us when we do mess up, and we can just model that through our own mistakes.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it all.
Yes.
That we can model that.
That's so good. And that has happened to us. Like I'm working at home and I'm so like stressed out, but he needs me so badly for like a truck wheel that probably fell off. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing like, but for him, it's the most important thing to him right now.
How is he supposed to drive his truck without
This is
4 wheels?
tragic for us right now. And I need to fix it no matter what's happening at work.
Right.
Like this is what needs to be fixed. And just in the heat of that moment, and then he'll come back, Mama, why are you talking so loud at me? You yell at me. And I'm like, I feel like I remember calling my coworker at one point, just bawling my eyes out because it's the first time that happened. And I'm like, I just yelled at him because I was just so stressed out and now he's sad. And then I went back and told him, I'm so sorry. I wasn't mad at you. And I said, do you still love Mama? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, please.
Right.
But it's just, I mean, it's a constant, even like, I feel like my relationship with my husband and how we speak to each other in that, I think about those things. It's every little thing that we're doing is modeling something to him.
It really is.
Good
it
or
really
bad.
Is. And pressure, but no pressure, because we can also, when we mess up, you know, we can show them how they're going to mess up too. They need to know how to get back up when you mess up. They need to know the steps to follow, ask for forgiveness, and then get up and try it again.
Yes.
And it's really that simple, but so many times we put so much pressure on ourselves to be this perfect human that
Oh goodness,
that we forget that they're seeing what happens when they mess up, when we, you know, through us.
That's really good to allow them to see our mistakes. It does take, because there is so much pressure. I mean, making sure we're doing this right. Are they eating vegetables? Are they getting enough this? Are they doing enough that? Are they learning? Or, I mean, just on and on and on and on.
And he's 3. Is he eating vegetables?
Right.
Because
You know what he eats? This is the weirdest thing in our home. Him and my husband are equally obsessed with edamame.
Okay.
It's so weird to me. And I used to love it, but they have cooked so much of it at our home that I can't even stand it anymore. But I cook it all the time because he'll eat it. You know what I mean? But it's just stuff like that. It's like, this is, I mean, he's going to be okay.
He's going to be okay.
Probably don't
He's
eat.
going to be okay.
Okay, so we only have a couple minutes left, but how do we find the time to make our kids' faith a priority?
And that's, I think that's another place where we can just breathe first. Those daily infusions. One thing that I did, so the radio in the car, or the podcast, or whatever it is that you can not even think about, and it's just infusing into their lives. But another thing that I did, so simple, I put a devotional in the fruit bowl in the middle of the table, so that when we sat down for dinner, it's right there. I don't even have to think about it. I open it. We have a devotion while everyone's gathered to eat dinner. So whether that is, you know, lay a book by their bed and then they get a devotion every night, whatever that is, make it easy on yourself.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to think about that. But also they see what's a priority for us as well.
Yeah.
So just like you said, with reading the Bible on your app, he sees that.
Right.
Probably my younger son was 6 or 7, and I started reading the Bible daily, every day, and I read through the Bible in a year. And I've made that my daily practice and daily habit. And just doing that, even though that's something I'm doing, I'm not even doing it with my kids.
Right.
1, they see it, so again with the modeling, and 2, until you're doing it, I can't tell you how much it changes your life.
Yeah.
And I'm not overstating that. It
Right.
changes your life when you start your day with that perspective.
Yeah.
All these things on my to-do list, they need to be done, but they're not the most important
Right.
thing. This eternal scope that I have, this is the most important thing. Also, this is my strength. This is my tool. And I can't tell you how many times I will have my daily Bible reading. Seems not insignificant, but it doesn't seem particularly relevant to that day.
Sure.
And then a
Yeah.
child will come home and have some sort of issue, and I will have the exact language that I need to address that issue just because I started my day
Yeah.
reading the Bible.
Yeah.
So that daily practice, one, they see the priority that you make in your life, and two, it frames your entire perspective, and three, it gives you the tools you need to raise these kids. And God's word does not return void.
Amen. That's
So, so every word that we read, we're gonna be able to use it in our daily lives,
Yes.
and every word that we speak to our kids does not return void.
Right. That's so good. Thank you so much. I
Yes, thank
appreciate you
you.
being here.
Thank
It's so
you.
good to see you. And
Yes.
this book is beautiful
Thank
and I
you.
love it. So we'll have all of your website up so people can find
Great.
it. I
Thank
encourage you
you.
all, go get this book. Go get it, go get it, go get it. It's beautiful. Charlie loves it. He's an avid reader. So I just encourage you to go get this book. And I thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back with a little bit more, so stay tuned. Charlie might make a special appearance today, and Dr. Brooks Gibbs will be here with one of his mental health moments. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Moments for Moms is more than just a show. It is a community of moms encouraging each other on this incredible journey we have been called to. Join our private Facebook group to share your mom moments, questions, small victories, and connect with other moms as we all come together in this ministry called motherhood. We can't wait to see you there.
What is in this book? Who's the book about?
God.
Do you like the book? What's on the front of it?
Lion.
Who else is on the front?
A kid.
A kid.
Yeah.
Do you like this book?
Yeah.
I know screen time's supposed to be limited, and we do. But this is a mom moment for me because I am successfully cooking our turkey burgers, cutting up vegetables, and this little dude is just straight chilling, eating some pickles and peppers and having the best time doing it. So, hey, there is no judgment here if you other mamas are relying on an iPad for a moment.